This is Sick and Wrong, America's #1 source for antisocial commentary. Brought to you by the Reach Around Foundation.
Hey there, welcome to Sick and Wrong, America's #1 source for antisocial commentary. I'm one of your hosts, D. Simon.
I'm Lance Wackerly.
The other host.
We're still #1 this week. Awesome.
Still #1. Yeah, you know, I don't think there are any other podcasts that deal exclusively with antisocial commentary. So on that note, I think we are #1.
Somebody's going to try and take us out at some point. We got to be prepared.
We've been receiving a lot of emails and a lot of congratulatory emails, encouraging emails from England. So I think we're developing like a following over in the UK.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think I just picture a bunch of these like Cockney skinhead, soccer hooligans who are just like, "Yeah, we love your show, mate." Because some guy sent me an email saying he left a comment, a positive comment on iTunes. I went and checked, and dude, you should have read this comment. I mean, it was like practically illiterate. I mean, I was like sitting there trying
Don't insult our new listeners.
I'm not insulting him. I'm just saying that, when you write, you don't have to write in Cockney slang. You can write in English. But anyways, I checked the iTunes page, and the comment's not even up there.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Can't write, can't post a comment.
Maybe he was just giving
at least you can download the podcast. That's
Maybe
good.
he was just giving the comment to me. I don't know. Well, this is podcast 15, and we're moving right along.
1-5.
So, Lance, I found this article the other day. I just want to mention this real quick. Last week, we opened the podcast 14 with a discussion of the Christians who are trying the anti-porn crusading Christians.
Right. And sometimes I feel, D, that you use this podcast, as well as just all the conversations you ever have, as a pedestal just to bash Christians from your Jewish standpoint.
Well, I'm Jewish. That's what we do.
Yeah, you just bash Christians all
and
left and
Muslims.
right. Like, I'm sick of hearing it. So
We're the most intolerant people
I mean, they
ever.
are annoying, but
Go a sack. Seriously. God, boy. No, anyways.
Persecution!
No, it comes full circle here, okay? So last week we were talking about the XXX Church, anti-porn Christian crusaders. Well, I read something today. It's interesting. Jewish Sex Commando targets Israeli porn websites. I guess a group of Jewish ultra-Orthodox hackers are waging war against pornographic websites, replacing their content with a picture of a revered rabbi. And what's kind of funny about it, so I guess what they're doing is they're hacking into websites, erasing the site's entire contents, and instead of seeing images of sexy naked ladies, anyone who logs onto the site encounters the stern look of the white-bearded rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, the late leader of the popular Jewish Lubavitch movement. And right below his image appears the words, "We, the Danet group, have hacked into the site and erased all of its abominations."
It says that in English or Jew language?
Nah, I don't think it says it in that Jewish moon man language. I think, otherwise known as Hebrew.
Okay.
I think it says it in English because they're attacking, internet porn sites.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just think it's kind of funny because you can
I hope
just
they
tell.
don't find our page.
Well, you could just tell that the perverts out there are just ready to jerk off, dick in hand, and they get a picture of an ugly rabbi. I wonder if they finish anyways. They get this stern rabbi looking at him, and they're just like, you know what, I'm just going to rub one out anyways.
Some weird
He's got
skinhead.
a great beard.
Some weird skinheads with a strange fetish. My new favorite site.
I'm into ultra-Orthodox Jews with the
So
hats and
it's
little
like
curls.
it's like an intimidating picture of this rabbi. Like he's got the stern look.
reprimanding you.
Are there 3D hands coming out of the screen trying to grasp your coins out of your pockets?
I think it's like Flash. He's just shaking his head. You pervert.
Hi.
I don't know. It's a great idea, though. It's a great idea. So I just wanted to let you know that there's not only Christian people, Christian hooligans that are, out there to try to, stop porn. There's also Jewish wackos as well.
Fundamentalists.
So, yeah, dude. I mean,
it sounds kind of
it's
like
all about equality here on Sick and Wrong, okay?
It sounds kind of like an Electric Six song. Jewish Sex Commando. I'm a Jewish Sex Commando.
Actually, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
If there's
Thanks.
people listening, you should remix a song, Jewish Sex Commando.
Sure.
Send it in. We'll play it on the show.
Awesome.
In other news, and this is big Sick and Wrong news here, I don't know how many people out there noticed, but this week, to my utter chagrin, our MySpace page was deleted. What the fuck?
Was it replaced
is up that.
with Mahaim Mahega, whatever his name is, his face, or it's just gone?
No, they didn't even replace it with a rabbi. It's just gone. I tried to log in on Tuesday to update some information, and I couldn't log in. I'm like, what's going on? So I tried logging in. I thought I typed the password wrong or something. And no, it just wouldn't log in. So I typed the URL in there, myspace.com/sickandwrongpodcast, and it just said the account's been deleted.
Those motherfuckers.
Dude, motherfucking MySpace bastards. We use that website with the best intentions.
You put a lot of time into that. What did we have? We had like 3,000 friends.
Dude,
right?
we had like 3,500 friends on that website. A lot of people were emailing us through that website, and I was just dismayed. I was really pissed off. I'm like, what the fuck? I feel slighted by MySpace.
Well, what's fucked up is they should have sent you like a warning. Like, hey, man, you got to take some of this crazy, wacky bullshit off your page or we're going to delete it, instead of just deleting it.
Dude, there's no warning given. It's weird. Right. It's like they completely vanish. They completely destroy all traces of your existence. Like your comments on other pages, gone. Your website, your livelihood on MySpace, gone. It's like we've been erased.
It's sent to the MySpace gulag.
I don't know what happened. So I emailed the MySpace customer service. They don't even email me back.
No, dude, they don't care about you.
So
MySpace is owned by Rupert Murdoch now. It's like a gigantic conglomeration.
And that ties into what I think is going on here. I went online and I did a search for MySpace deleting accounts. And so, they sold MySpace to Rupert Murdoch, who owns News Corporation.
Right.
Which I find isn't that just a great appellation, like a great name for a news organization? It's like, hi, we're Business Corporation. Well, we're News Corporation. Well, anyways, News Corporation, the imaginative name that it is, has guidelines for people who put up MySpace pages. And so according to media reports, last month, more than 200,000 objectionable profiles have been removed from the site.
No, that's what happened to us.
For including hate speech or being too risque, as the sites are trying to quell guardian and teacher fears about the safety of the network for young users.
You know what the fuck happens? And this happens to everything. Something cool comes along, adults are enjoying it, and then teenagers and preteens get a hold of it, and then their parents freak out. So the problem is teens and preteens and their parents. Just fucking watch Barney till you're 18 or whatever,
But the thing is, the kids loved MySpace. I think the kids started. I think the kids...
Right, but kids are retarded.
Created the popularity of MySpace.
Kids are retarded, and they go fucking overboard with it, which isn't the problem. Then they let their fucking parents find out.
No, you know what it is?
Kids, you gotta hide shit from your parents.
No, it's because kids are fucking retarded. They get online and they get some sexual predator who's saying they're Joey from Friends. Is like, yeah, you want to come meet me in the park at like 11:30?
Wow, I love Joey from Friends. I'm totally there.
I'm driving the 1978 blue Gremlin. Like, come on into my car. And it's just like, so kids, like 8-year-olds are like, yeah, okay, I guess I'll go meet Joey from Friends.
Right.
Or Bob Saget, or whatever the sexual predators are using these days.
Yeah.
And so I guess parents have been freaking out, and now they're trying to patrol MySpace.
Yep.
And so
ruined. It's ruined now.
It's completely ruined.
Although
it's played
we're
out.
Still there. You did put the site back up, right?
I was getting to that. Now we signed up. I signed up as a music MySpace page, so we could put clips from the show up there. But the thing is, dude, I have like one friend.
Right.
Yeah, that pedophile Tom, who's like, I think the creator of MySpace.
Yeah, we got to get Rupert Murdoch up there.
I think that guy is the sexual predator. I mean, why do you think he created the site in the first place?
To meet
for young chicks.
Young
exactly. Wow. He was tooling for anus.
Maybe it was chicks. Maybe no preference.
Dude, I bet you he doesn't even care.
Yeah.
As long as it's young and it has like an orifice, Tom is satisfied. And so anyways, I put up the new account. It's, once again, www.myspace.com/sickandwrongpodcast. And I promise you, loyal listeners, that this site is going to be way better than the last one. It's going to be better.
But all you people out there who, justifiably thought it was just a supreme badge of honor to be on our friends list, you should go back and re-request us to be your friend.
Yeah, but a couple snarky listeners out there were putting up videos on our comments page, and I think that is what ultimately led to our deletion.
Yeah,
Did you see some of those videos?
Yeah, they were great, but I think the lesson is that we're going to have to delete, as soon as we see them and laugh at them, we're going to have to delete them off the page.
I know. And
So
just
feel free to send us funny videos in the comments, but don't expect them to see them up there for
But
more than a day.
It depresses me. Like, there's one guy, I think his name was like Lord Bastard or something, and he puts up this video of this porn star giving a rim job to a male porn star. So she's licking this guy's asshole, and the dude farts right in her mouth.
Yeah,
it's like
she
a
gets
porno
pissed.
blooper. And she
It was
gets really
great.
pissed, and she's like, you fucking dick, and storms out of the room.
Well, yeah, you can't use MySpace for that kind of stuff
we
anymore.
can't do that anymore.
So.
God, it's just like I feel like my liberties are being stripped one by one.
Well, yeah, I get kind of annoyed with that day because it's this guy. It's a private site, right? It's not freedom of speech. It's just
Dude,
they're
you know
just
what?
assholes.
Parents, if they really care that much, should block the site from their fucking computers.
Yeah,
know?
you can do that.
They can go on there and they can block the IP address so their kids can't get on MySpace.
Right.
I mean, if they really care that much, or you know what they
it's
could
easy.
do?
It's easier. It's easier to go to the FBI and get the site investigated than to do that.
Well, I really don't think it's MySpace's fault, even though I'm pissed at them and I kind of hate them and I hope they all rot in Jewish hell, which is just filled with guilt.
But still,
It's worse
visit
than
our
Christian
page on
hell.
MySpace.
Yeah. Oh, we're back on MySpace. I mean, I'm not going to give up on it. We have all these MySpace fans, plus there's like hot chicks on there that are young.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're
18
back up
young.
there. Yeah, they're 18 exactly. But we're back up there. We're going to have a cleaner. I think we're going to have to be more subtle in our subversion.
Right.
I think that's what we're going to have to do. And so, yeah, check it out. MySpace.com/SickandWrongPodcast. So people, if you're out there and you're shocked that we're not up there this week, well, we're back. I just haven't worked on the site yet, okay? That's just what I wanted to get into. So I don't know. Anyways, let's get on with the show here. As you know, Sick and Wrong, the way it works, it's a competition between myself and Lance Wackerly. What we do is we find the most disgusting article on the internet, present it to each other. The listeners, you, vote as to which article is the most disgusting. It's at sickandwrongpodcast@hotmail.com or vote through our MySpace page.
Yeah.
MySpace.com/sickandwrongpodcast. And the winner gets a case of beer. I think last week you kicked my ass with that castration article.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah, Lance's castration party.
Castration dungeon party.
And I had a good article too. But this week, I think I'm starting it off, and I think I'm gonna win the case of beer.
We'll see.
I'm thirsty.
We'll see.
All right, well, let's go here. My article for podcast 15. Check out this headline. Bleach poured over lesbian lover. This is great. This happened in North London. Enfield, I guess it's a suburb, North London. A mother of two poured bleach over her lesbian lover because she planned to meet up with an ex-girlfriend, a court has heard. Juliet Wilson, 35 years old, was sentenced to 3 years in jail for the attack on, get this name, this is one of the best names for a lesbian I think I've ever heard, for her attack on Maxine Grizzle.
I assume she's the butch end of this lesbian relationship.
I think she's definitely the butch end. She's going to look a little butchier with 14% of her face burned off. But check this out. Yeah, the attack on, this is October last year, left Miss Grizzle with 14% of her face burned off, and her upper body had burns as well.
Now with 14% more grizzled face.
She was angry. I guess what happened is the attack was provoked because Wilson was angry that her lesbian lover was meeting up with her former paramour. So what happened is Miss Grizzle actually, and this is the twist on the case here. Miss Grizzle forgave Wilson for pouring the bleach on her and asked the judge to be lenient. But let me get into the story. What happened is the victim, Grizzle, had struck up or was continuing to speak to an ex-partner, and that caused some friction in the relationship. I guess Wilson learned that she was meeting the ex-partner secretly, and she told a friend on the phone, if Max knows what's good for her, she won't come home tonight. She then threatened to attack Miss Grizzle. When Miss Grizzle returned to their home after meeting her ex-lover, the pair argued before going to bed. In a statement read out to the court, Miss Grizzle said, I went to sleep and I didn't know if she had got out of bed. I was just woken up by some hot thing all over my face.
Wow.
She then got up, walked to the mirror, and said it looked as if her face was melting off. I guess what happened is she was woken up by Wilson standing above her with a bucket of boiling bleach and just poured it on her face while she was sleeping.
Also, it was boiling.
Yeah, he was boiling bleach. I guess she woke up screaming, "Help me! Help me! I'm burning! I'm burning!" To which Wilson replied, "Help you? I wouldn't even spit on you." The lawyer then mentioned that Grizzle said, "Give me the phone. Give me the phone. My face is burning off." And Wilson wouldn't give her the phone.
You know, they have surgery nowadays to fix that.
I guess they do, so her face isn't going to look that grizzled. Miss Grizzle then ran outside and got help from a bus driver who was driving by. I guess...
Wait a minute, that's funny. Is it like a school bus driver with a bus full of like small children? This mutilated, chewed caramel face gets on the bus. Kids, we gotta stop at the hospital with this burnt up, melted bull dyke. Then I'll take you to school.
It's like a Guar movie or something. It's like this little school bus of just kids just scarred for life. No, it happened at night. So,
that's what happens when you turn to lesbianism.
It happened at night. It was probably one of those double-decker, like, English buses.
All right, ruined my fun.
So Wilson was unable to recall the attack. I guess she has no recollection of discussing anything with anyone before. She doesn't even remember doing the attack. And so Grizzle, after her face had been, mutilated...
Crime of passion,
she pled with the judge to take into consideration that Wilson was a good mother. And she considers you're extremely remorseful and has found it in her heart to forgive her and knock 2 years off the sentence. So she was going to get 5 years for pouring bleach on her face, but instead just got...
Does Grizzle think she's going to get back together with this woman?
Dude... Her face was burned off.
Yeah,
who else is going to take her?
Yeah, but my point is maybe Wilson doesn't want her back either with the melted face.
I don't know. And it's funny, too, because, like, Wilson has 2 children. Do you think the 2 children are going to want to see, like, the Mask coming in here and being like, "Come on, kids, I'm taking you to school." It's like, no. But, it's funny because you know how you always see, and I don't mean to, like, stereotype or anything, but, some lesbians, especially in San Francisco, you see some lesbians out there and you're like, now that's a face only a lesbian could love.
Yeah.
And I think this is kind of I think Grizzle's face is only a face that a lesbian could love. So I bet you, like, Wilson's probably going to be like, I'm sorry for burning off half your face with bleach, but...
Chemically, yeah.
Come here. Give me a kiss with, like, those half lips of yours that are coming off.
Yeah.
And, it's funny because this article makes her sound like she's the Joker now or something.
Yeah.
Or Freddy Krueger.
Do you ever dance with a lesbian in the pale moonlight?
Well, I always wondered. It's, to me, the reason I like this article so much is it's like, so a lot of couples out there, a lot of married couples, like, there's infidelity happens all the time.
Uh-huh.
And usually people just kind of cry. Or maybe the guy will slap the girl around or brand his initials on her buttocks or something.
Yeah, just listen to the rest of the podcast and you'll find out the kind of stuff that goes on.
But at least this is creative. This is innovative. She's just like, you know what? This fucking bitch... I'm going to get her, and I'm going to get her good.
This is just household bleach, huh?
Household bleach, boiled it up, and poured it on her face while she was sleeping.
If you boil bleach, it's got to make some toxic cloud in your whole apartment. I'm surprised that didn't wake up the Grizzle.
I don't know. And you know how, like, sometimes when you're dreaming, and your alarm goes off, and it kind of comes into your dream?
Yeah.
I wonder if she was just sleeping, maybe having a dream of scissor kicking some hot lesbian or something, or having a dream
doing
about
laundry.
Madonna. Yeah, or laundry or whatever lesbians dream about. And all of a sudden it's just like, bleach pouring on her face.
Right.
God, it's got to be jolting. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about it.
It's got to really burn on the face.
So because of her name being Grizzle, because her face is now grizzled, I'm going to have to give this, 7.5. On the sick and wrong scale between 1 to 10, 7.5.
All right, 7 points.
It's creative.
I'll give it even higher than that. I'll give it a 7.79.
7.7. Well, thank you, Lance, for your generosity.
You're welcome.
That's good. Well, let's see what you have. Lance's article for Podcast 15. Lance Wackerly, ladies and gentlemen.
Like I said, I thought this was slim pickings this week, but I got something that was definitely sick. I don't guarantee that it's very entertaining, but it's definitely sick. This one came out of Boston area, Boston Globe. I got this one out of 2 girls, Giselle Miranda and Natalie Rodriguez, were friends from childhood who stood by each other when life was good and when times were bad.
Well, that's good. Friends forever.
Best
They probably
friends
had
forever.
those little lockets.
Yeah.
You know,
Forever doesn't mean a whole lot nowadays.
pubic hair.
Forever doesn't mean a whole lot nowadays.
No.
So apparently, Giselle's, was kind of the good girl of the bunch. Natalie, even though they were best friends, was kind of a lousy drunk.
So how old were these girls?
They are Natalie Rodriguez, 23. Giselle looks like she's 22.
Are they hot?
I don't see any pictures. I don't think so.
They sound fat. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think they're a little overweight. Natalie was, like I said, a little bit of a drunk, crazy girl. Got kicked out of her parents' house. So Giselle's family was, nice family, friend of our daughter. Hey, you know what? Just move in with us. Interestingly enough,
That's a good thing.
They don't mention this till halfway through the article, but
Why did she get kicked out of her parents' house?
because she's just a crazy drunk who's, uncontrollable.
And she's 23 and probably unemployed
Yeah,
and
yeah,
fat.
oh, yeah,
She was probably
yeah.
eating them out of house and hold.
Right, and she's just going on crazy drinking binges at like 5 in the morning, Just antics. And actually, Natalie had a kid with Giselle's brother. I guess they weren't really together or anything, so it wasn't like, move in with our son because you have a kid with him. It was just, hey, move in with us because, you're a friend of the family. And
So
we understand you have problems.
So she lived with her parents and this kid that she had with Giselle's brother.
It's hard to figure out. All they say is that Natalie had a kid with Giselle's brother. Giselle
Okay.
also had a kid. That lived, and her husband or boyfriend lived with Giselle's family. So it was a big family communal thing, and they said, Natalie, come on, join the big family.
So wait, were these all Mexicans?
Sounds like it, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, the only reason I'm saying this is because Mexicans tend to live in clusters.
Right. They have a lot of respect for the family unit, the extended family. That's what
Yeah.
this sounds like it's all about.
Seriously, you can fit like 15 of them in a Camaro.
So you can take the drunken 23-year-old girl out of her parents' home, but you can't take the drunkenness out of the girl, right? So she continued to just be a holy terror, just be drinking.
Just a drunken waste of flesh.
Right. Well, I mean, she's some people are drunks and they just don't do anything but watch TV. This is one of those girls who goes on like benders and does crazy shit. So
she's like a violent
causing
drunk.
scenes, yelling, breaking things all the time.
It's got to be great for the development of the child.
Right. So her new adoptive or quote unquote adoptive family sort of had enough after a short period of
So
time.
Giselle is pissed off.
You
She's
got
like,
it.
you know what?
Giselle, her whole family were like, we gave you a chance and you basically blew it. You got to go.
Yeah.
So that was sort of pending.
Out of my house, fatso.
Well, they were slowly telling her, you got to go find some place and get out of here. So what happened was early on December 8th, Rodriguez, Natalie, went into the kitchen. So this is the morning. She's drunk.
She's just wasted.
Early.
She wakes up
Let me
early.
reiterate. Early. Wakes up early. Sounds
Looking
like
for that bottle of tequila.
right. Sounds like everybody's still asleep probably. So she goes in the kitchen, can't find the tequila apparently, and grabs a knife. She creeps into Miranda's bedroom.
Who's Miranda?
Her
Is it-
best friend forever. Miranda's the last name. First name's Giselle. Best friend forever until today. Until December 8th.
This is the end of the friendship.
Right. So as she creeps into Miranda's bedroom, just kind of pissed off at the world. Probably doesn't really know what she's pissed off at. Just
She's
in that,
probably drunk.
just that angry drunk stage, I find girls do this a lot. They get drunk and then they get really mean and angry.
And they go grab knives from the kitchen because
well,
there's
whatever.
no tequila
I'm not
left.
going to go there, but that's what Natalie Rodriguez did. So she
What's it, John Wayne Bobbitt?
Right. So she creeps into Giselle Miranda's bedroom where her 9-month-old kid, Javier, yeah, I think they're Mexican, was sleeping with her. So she grabs this 9-month-old kid, sneaks out of the house.
So
I guess,
she snatched their infant from the bedroom.
right.
Early in the morning.
Early in the morning. Apparently nobody knows, so she's a drunk, but she's a sneaky drunk. So she grabs Javier.
She's like Santa.
Sneaks out. Yeah, exactly. I think she didn't have a Santa suit on, but that would be a better story. So she sneaks out of the house with the 9-month-old, goes to the driveway of a nearby house, lays the kid down on the pavement, I guess face first onto the pavement, 9-month-old kid.
She
they can't-
shoves a 9-month-old kid on the pavement.
Basically, takes a knife and repeatedly slashes the back of Javier's neck, severing his spinal cord. So basically, she just
Jesus
cut this
Christ,
kid's head
dude.
off with a kitchen knife.
She decapitated this 9-month-old kid
Yeah.
with a kitchen knife.
Yeah.
God, what the fuck was she drinking? Night Train?
I don't know,
Thunderbird?
man. Thunderbird, Ripple, something like that.
I don't know, but I kind of want some.
Chelsea police, that's, I guess, the township where they live. It's right outside of Boston. Quickly focused on Rodriguez. I mean, after they found the little infant corpse, I guess.
So, I mean, how did they... you know what I don't understand about this? Did they explain what happened, the aftermath? She cut the kid's head off. Do people scream, or did she just kind of leave the kid there and just be like, I'm taking off and going to the bar?
It's implied that it's early enough in the morning that she just left the kid there and then walked off, because she wasn't standing there. They didn't find her in the act. But they quickly focused on her. They knew it was her because, all this other shit had been going on.
God, that would just have to ruin your day.
Once they apprehended her, she immediately confessed. Under plea bargain, she was sentenced to 14 to 15 years in prison for kidnapping the kid. Following that, then she'll start serving a second-degree murder sentence of life in prison with the possibility of parole after 15 years.
Dude, how the hell does that happen?
I don't know.
How do you plea bargain? It's like she just confessed to cutting the kid's head off. And you can plea bargain?
She's an overweight,
drunk
simple,
and indigent.
No, I mean, at the point that she's in court, she's a simple, Mexican girl who went down the wrong path, and now she's sober because she's been in jail waiting trial, and people feel sorry for her, and they say, "Oh, it was the demon booze that did it."
Dude, you can't plead for leniency with a crime.
Apparently it worked.
No, but seriously, a crime that egregious. I mean, that's a horrible crime. She totally slices kid's head off.
The defense attorney says this is an extremely harsh sentence, but it gives her the possibility of earning 30 years from now. He's exaggerating. It's really only 26. Another chance.
Dude, you know what? You know what's kind of fucked up about this article too? She has her own child. So what happens to her own kid?
It sounds like she wasn't taken too good a care of him anyways.
Yeah, I guess that kid probably should be put up in a foster home or something.
We need to have a hall of fame on the webpage of defense lawyer statements that are actually understatements, because all these articles always end with something. So she has another defense lawyer called Richard Shaloub. Said his client was an alcoholic who also suffers from depression. Shaloub said he believes that alcohol... she'd been drinking in the hours before the killing. Yeah, we read that part. You don't have to write it again, you dumbass. He thinks that alcohol was a major contributor to the infant's murder.
Wow, what a keen observation.
Despite that...
I hope she wasn't sober.
Despite that, I really can't explain why she did it.
Dude, I just still don't understand how she could get out on parole after doing something like that.
26 years, dude. She'll be in
her 50s.
Late 50s.
So she'll come out late 50s and be like, hey, you know what? I guess I could start my family now.
Start a new family.
Give me a bottle of tequila. Let's go.
Maybe reconnect with Giselle. Hey, we were best friends. Remember that? Let's let bygones be bygones.
God, dude, I don't know. Like, there's some grievous bodily harm in that article. It's gonna have to rank kind of high.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna have to give that a 7.4.
I'll give it a 7.6.
Ooh,
it's definitely
close.
sick.
It's close. We're neck and neck with this article. It's definitely sick.
I have to give the vote to yours because it's actually entertaining, where this story is just disgusting.
The reason I like my article better is just because it's boiling bleach over your lover's face is just horrible.
It takes a special kind of person to do that.
Yeah, it's creative. Although I don't know,
this takes a special person
it takes
too.
A unique person to snatch a 9-month-old infant and just chop its head off.
For really and there's no rhyme or reason to it. Why did you do that?
I don't know. Well, listeners,
what was the point?
We invite you to vote and to choose who gets the case of beer this week. Sick and Wrong Podcast at hotmail.com, or check out the brand new and improved MySpace page. MySpace.com/sickandwrongpodcast.
Thank you, MySpace, for deleting our old page so we could come out with an improved one.
Yeah, a new and improved one. Definitely.
Always look on the bright side.
Well, we're almost out of time here, but I just wanted to share a couple. Towards the end of the show, I like to read some listener emails. We get a lot of emails to sickandwrongpodcast@hotmail.com. A lot of people contribute.
Yeah.
I've noticed that.
It's good.
Especially
it's making our lives easier.
In the UK. Yeah. They're sending us some good stuff.
It's a sick and wrong country over there.
So we got two good articles here. We received two good articles in the email, and I definitely want to address at least one of them. Micah from Kentucky sent us this one. It's a website. I didn't even know about this website, and I'm glad that I know about it now. It's called PersonalDumpster.com. It's a nonprofit organization dedicated to compiling the best personal ads on the internet in one convenient web page. No longer will citizens be forced to search through countless pages of boring and worthless personals in order to find relevant and meaningful people. Now they are all featured together in one deluxe package, PersonalDumpster.com. And people, go check out this website because you will be impressed. It just, essentially what it is just a page of pictures of some of the most atrocious looking people I think I've seen.
Yeah, when he says best personals, I don't think he's not using that in the sense that you're gonna go date. You're not gonna go. Yeah, you're not gonna go date these people. They're not the best prospects out there.
I'm sure there's some people that might date a couple of these people.
Maybe.
But seriously,
it's best in the sense of most entertaining.
It's like the personal list of barnyard oddities. I mean, you got to see some of these people. So we went through and we were looking at some of the pictures, and the best part about it is you can click on a picture and it goes straight to the profile, the Yahoo personal profile of the individual who is pictured on the website. And so we just looked through, just kind of went through and just found our favorite pictures. And one of mine in particular was that guy with the beard that kind of looks like he should be the Unabomber or something. What's that guy's name?
Well, he just says George. Do you have a Yahoo personal page? I don't. I've never filled one out.
I've never filled one out.
So this is kind of new to me to even go through. So for anybody else who hasn't done it, Yahoo Personals, it's basically just like you put up. This sort of has been around for a long time before MySpace. You get to put up your picture and then you fill out a bunch of questions, about your gender, your name. This guy's name's George. What you look like,
interests, your
generally
hobbies.
interest. Some of the funniest parts, you also leave a little space for you to put sort of a personal description where you can write whatever you want. And most of these people are fucking illiterate.
Well, this guy, the one with the beard, is from like Alabama or something, and he just looks inbred.
Irondale, Alabama, 52 years old. George, he's got quite the beard. It's kind of a... I don't know, what would you call that?
Dude,
looks kind of like an octopus?
No, seriously, that's like an unkempt, he's been a recluse for years in Irondale.
Well, he's 52, he says he's retired, which means unemployed.
Yeah, but my favorite part about it is you can list your income. And what's his income?
Less than $25,000
Less than $25,000 a year.
Well, he's retired. He's living on his retirement.
Yeah, which probably in Irondale, Alabama, that's like a fortune.
So this guy's great. He's,
he probably has the best trailer.
He's divorced. He's kind of a big guy. He's 5'11" and kind of fat. But he apparently doesn't like punctuation very much in his personal statement. One of his, he says, "I like just hanging around the house, taking care of my birds. Someday I hope to have some kind of talking bird." No punctuation.
Apparently he doesn't know that they're also called parrots.
He's here's what he's looking for. He's looking for a woman. She must be honest, clean, not too large, and be willing to at least consider something before saying no, like having sex with him. Just consider it.
Just consider it. Not too large. I like that. Like this guy with a beard, he's whatever. I guess he's retired, living in his trailer. It's just like, I want a woman that's not too large.
Right. So another funny part is you get to put all the stuff describes you, but then you get to put the person that you're looking for, you get to fill out their little, this is my ideal person. You fill out another section of type of person, interest, hair color. So what is George looking for? He is looking for a lot of stuff that everybody would be looking for. Somebody who's slim and athletic, 18 to 59. George, you're not getting an 18-year-old. I don't know what the fuck he's thinking. 18 to 59? Dude, that's broad. 18-year-old slim athletic chicks love unemployed 52-year-old dudes who don't make any money and like birds. But the funniest thing in his... so they
wishful thinking.
They ask about smoking and drinking. So George would like to meet somebody who smokes often. That's his ideal. You better smoke. Do you smoke a pack a day? But 2 packs? Okay, 2 packs.
But she can't be too large.
Anything less than pack a day, he's not going to date that woman.
I wonder if she has to be open to having sex with the talking bird.
Well, she has to be open. She has to be willing to consider something before saying no.
Okay, so he just wants an open woman.
So here's another good one, just to get the other side of our listening audience, the ladies, a chance to step up to the plate.
Dude, there are some. No, I mean there are some ungodly, just awful-looking women on this page, and then there's some guys that are cross-dressers that you're just like,
Sneak
wow,
attack.
that's one ugly bitch.
And then you got to look
at
into
it.
it.
You're like, oh wait, that's a guy.
Is that a bulge?
Jesus Christ.
Is that a bulge in the skirt? This woman won't even tell you her name till you
Yeah, but
contact
she
her.
looks deformed. Like, describe that face.
It's
I mean, how old is she?
It's kind of like if you tried to make, if you used her face and tried to make a grilled cheese, like buttered it up and then pressed her face into a hot skillet, like, like you would make a grilled cheese. This is how it would look afterwards.
She kind of looks like what I picture the Juggernaut to look like.
Underneath his mask.
the mask. It's like I picture it to look like that.
Yeah. And then she has this dress on that's kind of like, it looks like fruit stripe gum.
Ugh.
But she won't tell you her name. She's got a few extra pounds, she says. She's widowed. She's 58.
Let's just call her Fugly.
She's definitely fugly. I don't think she's going to put that on her own page, though. She's even more...
She's 58?
She's even more illiterate. I'll read her whole statement. It's not very long. This is all she could work up, in the month that she took to write this. I am a simple person. I like a variety of things, adapt well to the time and place. Whatever that means.
I love the voice.
I'm sure she... No, she doesn't smoke. I'm going to have to change the voice. Like sports, walking, traveling, eating, reading, quiet times. I am not a party person. Never been invited to a party. I like music, country, and gospel. Mostly I try not to judge.
Where's she from? Alabama?
Louisiana. She had a little problem spelling judge.
I think Yahoo Personals are popular in the South.
If you don't give us a chance, you will never know. And so she has the whole list of things that she's looking for, and it just says any, anything, height, any, eyes, any, hair, any, ethnicity,
it doesn't
any.
even matter.
It doesn't matter. She does she would like you to speak English.
I think
no damn foreigners.
I think the best person for her would be a blind person, personally.
No, but what I was thinking as I was printing these out, it'd be great if you could hook these people up and then win a prize, and then win a prize if it worked out.
If they be Chuck Woolery or something, like
right?
The Love
you
Connection.
Get a little PayPal payment or something on your computer, like 50 cents.
You know what's funny about this though? So it goes directly to their Yahoo Personals page.
Yeah.
Well, you can email these people.
You can email them a question?
Yeah, you can email them.
Oh, you're right.
You can email them and say you're interested, and then you can give one of your friends' email addresses as a response. It's the great... Or you can email the profile to your friend.
I recommend people collect pictures of their friends.
Yeah.
And then you email the picture of your friend to the person. You put their email as a return address.
Well, I was thinking of doing that to our good buddy Pat. I was thinking of maybe emailing Pat's picture out to a few of those cross-dressers.
The problem is Pat will hit anything. Well, he'll end up actually benefiting from that situation.
Yeah, Pat just doesn't care.
He wouldn't get the joke.
Yeah,
hey, this chick emailed me. Awesome.
I think she might be a dude,
trying to play
I
was trying to play a practical joke on you, man, but okay.
Dude, I don't know. If that fugly 58-year-old woman emailed Pat, he might...
Pat would
take
hit
exception to it.
Pat would probably hit it.
Well, check it out. It's personaldumpster.com, one of the better websites I've seen in a while. Also, you can download a video. Did you check out the video?
Which video?
They have a video a link to the video on the site. It's composed entirely of photographs of real members of Yahoo Personals with this techno song in the background. Just shows a bunch of images.
So if you're like an amputee and you can't click the mouse, you could just sit back and watch the video.
Well, you can't click to their personal ads from it, but it's just entertaining to see
but
a bunch
I'm saying
of
instead of
people.
clicking through the pictures, you could just watch the video and sit back and...
Yeah.
Or if you're just really, really high on Vicodin or something.
Well, if you don't have any arms or legs, you could probably just do it with your forehead. Just by hitting the mouse, slamming your head down on it.
How does Stephen Hawking do it? He's got a stick attached to his head or something? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Well, anyways, we're almost out of time. The one thing I also wanted to say is Jenny... from Canada emailed us this one article, which actually just happened today. 5 teenagers face charges after a cupful of human fecal matter was thrown through a drive-through window at a coffee shop in Orilla, Ontario.
Canadian poo tossing.
I guess all the accused are boys between 16 and 17 years of age. One of the youths drove to a Tim Hortons coffee shop. When he pulled up the drive-through window, he just threw a cup of human waste from the car at the 3 female employees inside. Little did he know that he went to high school with one of them who recognized him right off the bat and called the cops.
Wait, recognize his face or just by the smell?
Yeah, she did. She recognized the feces. God, I've tasted this before.
I'd know that poo anywhere.
I'd recognize that brown snake. No, I guess what happened is they're all humiliated, embarrassed, and very upset. They had to clean up their uniforms. They didn't even give them new uniforms. Yeah,
Canadians are
and
thrifty.
they had to throw out all the food that was covered with
donuts.
the shit. So, but anyways,
Tim
I guess,
Hortons is like a Dunkin' Donuts for those who don't know. If you're from like Michigan or Canada, you know Tim Hortons coffee shop.
Well, she recognized one of the drivers and called the police, and all the suspects were arrested.
You think they had to throw out all
Subsequently.
they had to throw out all the crawlers?
I don't know.
Do you think somebody was pointing through the donut glass, and said, "I'd like that chocolate twisty back there"?
God, that's disgusting. Well, thank you for sending in the emails there, Micah and Jenny. And yeah, keep them coming. Sick and Wrong Podcast at hotmail.com. Also, we like to read your sick and wrong stories. So if you have a sick and wrong story of yourself or somebody you know, definitely email us and
Right.
we'll read them on the show.
Yeah.
Well, stay tuned. Next week, we'll be back with Podcast 16.
We talked about some eBay auction last week, and we're still working on that, so still a cliffhanger.
Oh, yeah, we
keep
mentioned,
tuning in. Someday we'll get that all cleared
We
up.
mentioned our mascot might be appearing in one of the next episodes.
I don't think we said mascot, but that's kind of splitting the cat out of the bag a little bit.
All right, well, I'm sorry. We're bidding on this mascot, and hopefully we get him. Because if we do, he's going to be a new member of the Sick and Wrong cast, so that'll be cool.
I can't wait.
Until then, take it sleazy, and just, I don't know, don't throw feces at drive-thru. I mean, these people have shitty jobs as it is. You don't need to rub it in their fucking faces.
This
God.
coffee tastes like shit.
Thank you. Good night.
See ya.